team that lost on Sunday night, a team that got kind of humiliated, let's just be honest, right? I believe it was Casey that texted me, are the Rams putting out the blueprint to beat the Buffalo Bills? And I think it is right. And dropping from number 2 to number 4 in this week's power rankings are the Buffalo Bills. Mark, I do believe that the Rams put out a blueprint to beat the Buffalo Bills. You run the ball on them, make them bring that safety down, and bada bing, bada boom, it opens up the passing game, and it looks like Matthew Stafford looked like he's 25 again. I think the Rams put the blueprint out there. I think the Buffalo Bills are like one of those teams that are just ready for January, right? They have their division locked up. They have their playoff spot locked up. They just want the playoffs to start. But coming in at number 4, I do have the Buffalo Bills.
In this type of situation, when I see them have a game like this, the Bills, when they have a game like this where their defense, I'm just going to say it, looked like shit. And this is the thing that bugs me the most about, okay, so Sean McDermott, I think he's a good coach, but I wouldn't say he's a great coach. Like, he's one of those he's a defensive-minded coach. But yet he lets this defense, or he lets the Rams do all this shit all over his defense when they've been rolling over teams. And it's like, is this guy capable of taking this team and winning the Super Bowl? Like, I have a lot of questions when I see a game like this with them.
Javi, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're still riding high off of, clinching their division. And are they, you've said it many times, of vanilla game plan. Did they just, they're also traveling across the country. Yes, it's a 3-hour backdrop of the time difference instead of, losing 3 hours. But did they just show up, play flat-footed, and take the L and not really give a shit? Yes, it's going to hurt, for the race for that 1 seed, but I think that it's a team that just they're waiting for January.
Yeah.
Dude, Josh Allen threw 5 touchdowns and they still lost the game. Like, how the hell does that happen?
It just happens sometimes, right? He threw for 3 and rushed
because
for 3.
He played Matthew Stafford.
Yeah. So I was real hesitant of dropping the Bills to be honest, right? Like, because I watched that game and I saw the game and I saw that their defense wasn't playing great. But what I did see in the Buffalo Bills in that game is they never gave up, right? It was a 10-point game at halftime, maybe 12-point game, and they came rolling back, right? They came back and they went blow for blow with the Rams that whole second half. Also, to Javi's point, it was a cross-country game. That does affect you. Whether you want to admit it or not, time zones affect you, right? Jet lagged, like et cetera, right? Third thing that I question, like, about them dropping them down was that this is the dog days of the NFL season. Week 12, 13, 14, 15, they're kind of like, man, I'm ready for the playoffs, or man, I'm ready for the season to be over. And the Buffalo Bills are right in that spot, and they have a big game next week versus the Detroit Lions. Were they overlooking the Rams? Potentially. So that is why I was really hesitant of dropping them down, but I did ultimately drop them down because I do think there's 3 teams above them that if they would play head-to-head right now that the Buffalo Bills would lose to. So are you guys okay with them sitting at number 4, Mark?
I'm okay with number 4. Like I said, they did lose, but they did fight. But like I said, their defense was atrocious.
Hoffy, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I think that the Rams they wanted it more and they needed it more. They're trying to win their division. I think they've been playing well of late, so they were riding some momentum. And I think the Bills, again, just, they won their division. They kind of took a step back just to relax and enjoy it a little too much.
Yeah, it is tough to get up for a game when you have nothing to get up for, right? And I definitely took that into consideration when putting them there. James Frank says, but Josh Allen is him.
He is.
Josh Allen is the MVP. Josh Allen is the beast, right? Six touchdowns versus the Rams, 5 touchdowns before the week before. He is playing some good football right now. Ever since he got engaged, he's been playing lights out. He's playing to support his kids, right? My man Alpha Rob, he is a Buffalo Bills fan. He said the Rams wanted the game more. The Bills defense didn't bring that energy. I did notice that, right? The first half, the Buffalo Bills were very, very flat as a whole team. So Von Miller was getting blown off the line. It was just a very overall.
A lot of people are going to think this is a hot take, but dude, I think Josh Allen is way more gifted of an athlete than Mahomes.
Well, that's a given. Like Patrick can do one thing: throw the football really, really well, and he's sneakily fast for his
beer belly self.
Beer belly that he has, right?
Dad bod.
Yeah. Man, and if you want a true hot take,
game of golf.
if you want a true hot take, I think Josh Allen is a better athlete than Lamar Jackson. I mean, if you want to,
That's a good one.
so like Josh Allen is an incredible athlete. He's an incredible, gifted NFL player. Laura says,
I'm glad you agree with that because I was thinking the same thing earlier today. Somebody brought that up, and I was like, dude's way more gifted than Mahomes.
Yeah.
Lamar's just fast and can throw the ball really fast.
Well,
And can throw it far, but Josh Allen can do all those things, and he's big and he's white.
and he's a lot more accurate, right? He's a lot more accurate than Lamar throwing the ball, especially on the run. Laura says, I'm not mad about the Buffalo Bills being number 4, as you should not be, because these are my power rankings. They're spot on. Sarah, I do remember, Sarah, now you are a Vikings fan, if I remember correctly. She says, LOL, every other team gets to win close games except for the Vikings. Vikings blow out the Falcons. It was just the Falcons. What an excuse are we going to come with next? So if you want to talk a little bit about the Vikings, I am not throwing any shade on the Falcons because many people were talking the Falcons up when they were 6-3. Super Bowl team, this. Kirk Cousins comeback player.
I've been yelling for Penix Jr., man.
But the truth of the matter is the Falcons have lost 4 games in a row now? The Falcons are not very good. I'm not throwing any shade on the Vikings. I think we're all kind of in agreement here that they're one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now. They have 5 or 6 wins in a row. They are playing good football, Sarah, and we've talked about how good they are. Jim Powell says the Bills line is on point. I thought their offensive line kind of sucked a little bit, but it is what it is. James Frank says he's been playing to support his kids he's about to make. Exactly. He got engaged to that Seinfeld chick. She's pretty good looking. Your head needs to be popped.
Ask Mark if the Vikings are still Fugazi. No, we want to talk about Fugazi.
No, they are not Fugazi, Laura. They are no longer Fugazi.
You know who is Fugazi?
They have that real shine now.
You know who is Fugazi? Is it the number 3 team? Is the number 3 team Fugazi?
Yep.
I don't know about this.
The Detroit Lions.
I don't know. The Detroit Lions. No. Coming at number 3. This team is